In preparation for this DVD, we went to the studio archives and we saw a lot of references to photostats of a complete set of storyboards for the film that were done in June 1943.
And digging deeper, we found a written treatment of the same date.
With these clues in hand, we excavated a little further at the studio photo library, and there we found 8x10 negatives of the entire set of storyboards from June 1943.
So armed with the written treatment and the visual reference, we went to the Animation Research Library. In an attempt to find the original artwork, we proceeded to go through thousands of individual Lady and the Tramp storyboard drawings.
Luckily, we were able to find almost 80% of the original storyboard panels. So now we were in a position to reconstruct the 1943 storyboard version. 60 years later, we can actually now look at the origins of what was to eventually become the movie Lady and the Tramp. Just imagine, it's 1943 and you're sitting in on a pitch for the latest movie in development at the Walt Disney Studios, Lady. How's it start, Bernie?
We open up with movies being shown by Mr. and Mrs. Fred.
Remember the first day we got her? Gee, she was cute. And with my new slippers. Well, they were too tight anyway.
Yeah, she was right at home in my new hat.
Oh, her first flea. So I decided to give her a bath. But it didn't do any good.
Her first birthday party. Gosh, that was fun.
Wasn't she cute? Her fur looked like a skirt.
That's when we named her Lady. Okay, how do you like being a movie star, Lady? At the end of the home movie reel, Lady is asleep.
I guess she doesn't like your movie, dear.
She wakes up startled and jumps at the screen, while everybody, including the baby, laughs.
Goodness, it's late.
Lady kisses the baby and is put to bed fondly in her little basket.
Come along, Lady. Good night.
Cross dissolved to a rainy day. Homer, a tramp dog and friend of Lady's from earlier days in the dog pound, is hitchhiking to call on Lady. He is splashed by mud from passing cars. When he arrives at Lady's house, he howls for her. Lady is asleep, but hears him, looks out the window, and rushes pell-mell down the stairs. She meets Homer on the porch, and they discuss Lady's new home, which she likes very much.
Oh, don't go away.
Lady shows Homer her album with pictures of herself.
This is me with the baby.
Doesn't look like much fun.
And this is my friend Trilby, the canary.
Oy.
Well, I really didn't care for it myself, but you've got to humor them, you know.
She asks Homer whether or not he has changed his mind about family life. But Homer has decided to remain a bum. Cross dissolved to the next morning. Lady is asleep on the couch. The canary, Trilby, is singing. Lady wakes up, hears hoofbeats on the pavement outside, and goes out to meet the milkman. Good dog, Lady. The paper boy comes along. He throws the paper. Lady catches it, brings it into the house, and puts it on the table. Then she goes upstairs to wake everyone up. She jumps from bed to bed and tries to reach the alarm clock. It rings and startles her, but Mr. and Mrs. Fred get up, pet her, and she feels happy and rewarded for a job well done.
So the baby's still asleep, but Lady comes over and wakes her up.
With a little slurp. Cross dissolved to, during breakfast, a car arrives.
Mother! Get Mother's bags out of the car, dear.
I hope that baby doesn't look like that simple husband of yours. You idiot! Be careful with those bags.
She rushes on to one of the suitcases and opens it, disclosing Nip and Tuck, twin Siamese cats who are show-offs.
Did the nasty mans hurt Mumsy-Wumsy's itsy-bitsy babies?
They take immediate dislike to Lady and scare her.
What's that mangy mutt doing here?
Hey, that's our dog. Come here, Lady, and meet Mother.
Humph!
Cross-dissolved 2, Lady takes Nip and Tuck for a tour of the house.
I'm glad you've come to visit us. Let me show you around the place. This is the kitchen, and over there's the icebox. Here's the back porch. You can have a lot of fun under it. I've been lonely and wanted someone to play with. It'll be nice to have someone to play with. The cellar is down there. I suppose you girls like to hunt mice? Mice? And that's the baby's room. Don't make any noise. She's asleep.
At that point, they run off from Lady and drink baby's milk. Lady gets angry and fights them.
So, stealing the baby's milk. As punishment, she should live outside. Besides, it's more sanitary. That dog is dangerous. She must be muzzled.
So Homer's strolling at night, and he hears sobs. He looks off stage, and he sees Lady in her house. And he goes over to her, and he says, "What's the matter?"
And Lady tries to explain, and Homer says, "Well, why don't you come with me?" But Lady looks back up at the baby's window, and she says, "I can't. I might be needed here." And we cross-dissolve too.
The next morning, Nip and Tuck see the milkman arrive. They tip over the milk bottles he delivers, drink the milk, and roll the bottles down in front of Lady's house, where she is sleeping. She is discovered with the bottles, accused of drinking the milk, cross-dissolved to the kitchen.
The coast is clear.
And cold chicken in the icebox.
She thinks she can fool us.
But we'll put the bones in her house.
And she'll get the blame.
So, robbing the icebox, you mangy mutt.
The icebox door is slammed with the cats inside. Lady tries to tell her, but is chased out.
Thief! Get out and stay out! My babies, where are my babies?
Oh, don't worry, Mother. We found them in time.
The cats are thawed out in a hot tub.
Cross-dissolve too.
The canary is singing, and the cats wake up, and they start creeping toward the bird, while Lady is asleep. There's a hubbub as the cats try to get the canary. Lady wakes up. One of the cats bangs on the piano to cover the noise of the canary screaming to Lady to help. There's a tussle. The cats break the canary cage. Someone comes, and again, Lady is found in trouble with the cage broken and the canary out. She is accused of doing it while the cats hide behind the curtains. Lady tries to show where they are, but they climb up on the top of the windows and cannot be seen. Cross-dissolved to the pet shop. Lady is fitted with a muzzle. Many different kinds are tried on her. Oh, you might prefer this one.
No.
This one?
No.
Maybe this.
Definitely not. No. Horrible. Disgusting. What are you thinking, young man? No. No.
Cross-dissolve too. Lady kicking in her sleep. Something's wrong. She wakes up and she sees the shadow of a rat going across the cellar. She tries to growl and bristle, and she tries to break free, but that leash is holding her back. We then see the shadow of the rat go up into the house through the kitchen. Lightning flashes, and the shadow goes upstairs into the baby's nursery where the baby is sleeping.
Then the cat wakes up as the shadow passes over them, and they leap into their basket and close the lid behind them.
And then finally, Lady breaks free from the leash.
She runs upstairs through the door and into the baby's room and jumps over the bassinet in the direction of the rat, knocking the crib over. The rat disappears behind the blocks, but when Lady dives into the blocks, the rat has jumped onto the shelf. There is a lot of commotion while Lady captures the rat. family arrives, awakened by all the noise.
Oh, I warned you about that terrible dog. Now look! That dog is a baby killer. You must get rid of her at once.
I never thought you'd do a thing like this, lady. Lady is kicked out into the street, in the wind and the rain, and is very dejected. Look, a dead rat. Lady was protecting the baby. Why, if it hadn't been for Lady, I'm going out to find her. And where were your precious cats?
All right, we know when we're not wanted.
Meanwhile, Lady sits shivering out in the snow. It is Christmas time, and she goes around the street following shoppers and looking into store windows, but no one pays any attention to her. She's even hit by an umbrella. The wind blows a man's hat into the street. Lady tries to rescue it, hoping he will be grateful and take her home with him. Mr. Fred arrives on the scene. Please, let me through. Poor lady. Will you ever forgive us? Dissolved to a Christmas scene. Lady is home with the baby, surrounded by her 5 puppies.
Everyone's happy. There's lots of gifts for Lady under the tree. And in the final scene, Mrs. Fred tries to get Homer involved in the act. Come on, Homer, you're in this too. And Homer's a little embarrassed, but he's really proud of his and Lady's puppies tumbling around and playing about them.
Fade out, the end.